to Gaming News and Oopsies. I am your host, Michael, here with William. You guys love it, you all deserve it. And we're here to bring you some news and some oopsies that's been going on. There's been a lot going on. So we'll start off today with Ghost Recon Breakpoint's upcoming updates.
What about
where they want to make it more radical and more immersive.
Okay.
So that's what we got from the dev team. Let's see. They want to make it more immersive. They want to bring in more of the survival aspect of the game.
I think that could be a good selling point because already when I saw just how they run, how they roll in the mud.
I love when they roll in the mud. It's like
the stabbing of a human being. It feels good. Don't do that at home, kids, but it feels good. I think because it's too much like Wildlands.
Yeah.
Some people didn't like Wildlands, and I think sometimes it's good to revamp certain titles and change it up. So if they really go for more of the survival aspect, it'll really feel like a survival game that people want, the mainstream will want, because not everybody likes survival.
Yeah, because they want it to be more of a survival military game and they want to focus more on the key aspect of survival.
I want to give Marines PTSD. I'm joking.
This is how.
So
where's my guy? They're in trees. And with that, they do want to add, I don't know, maybe they want to do a new game mode.
Right.
Or add just brand new game mechanics to the game, which would be kind of cool. I know they did release the Terminator event, and they're coming to get their first raid soon.
Listen, I'll always say this. If you guys watch Gun Gale, if you know, you know. I ain't gonna say what it's from. But if you know,
you know.
You know. I think if they truly want to make money, have a mode like Gun Gale, where you can go on this big map or whatever with all a bunch of cronies, teams, solos or whatever. Throw them in, have the biome so vastly different. And to make money, you can have companies have their things in the game. So if it's Coca-Cola per se, if you're in a city,
sign?
Yeah, you'll see the Coca-Cola sign. And maybe if you have a couple of times a year events, 3-4 times a year events, you can have those companies sponsor those people, and everybody's winning. Everybody's winning, and that's just a singular mode. If you want to do the other modes, it's no money. But if a company truly wants to make money, you got to start thinking like this. Not thinking the whole game has to be a cash grab. It has to be bare bones. Stop. No.
Imagine some guy's gonna be like, I want ad blocker. I don't want to see it. I don't like Coke. Give me Monster Energy instead.
Just do that.
Actually segueing from Gun Gale, Pearl Abyss at G-Star 2019 announced 4 new titles. 4. After they already released Black Desert and put it on every console available and your phone.
Pearl Abyss, you owe me money. I worked so hard to get to Awaken. I'm dyslexic. It's hard for me to read all those things. Words intertwine, so I don't read that much, alright? I be skipping words, so I don't understand certain things, and there's so many missions coming at me, so I think I gotta do all these missions, but that doesn't level me up. But you know what it does? Grinding. And I keep dying, and trying to level up, and I finally got to Awaken, and I was like, oh cool, this should be dope. Whack! But I'm excited for, the other 4. I think... I think that's...
So yeah, one of them is Crimson Desert. I'm guessing it's the prequel to Black Desert. And it's going to be more PvE driven, so it's going to be more of a traditional RPG where it has instant dungeons. It's going to have raids and big raids with
looks more
24
Western,
people.
So
it's going to be wild.
If you're black and you make characters in those type of games, your character just looks Indian. You cannot make a black person. You might be able to with how good their thing is, but it's it's hard. It's really
It's just
hard.
enough where it's hard, yeah.
Yeah, it's so this one looks more Western, so hopefully I can at least look like a white black guy rather than just some Indian guy or a Japanese black guy. It just please.
A Blasian.
Please.
You're looking like Piccolo because you don't have black people in anime. The other game is Shadow Arena, which I think is a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's their Battle Royale, but it's on its separate thing that's going to be coming out. So
I think that's going to be whack.
You avoid... If you love Battle Royales and fighting, then it's good for you.
But that's just Guild War. Guild War is already a bunch of people just free for all. And you can't... There's so much color going around, you can't even see who you're hitting. You don't even know that you're dead.
It's just explosion on explosion. That's what comes with the bad part of having good graphics.
Yeah.
It's watching it all pop off. It's just like Anthem when everybody starts activating their explosion, you're just like,
I don't know who I'm hitting. I don't know who got the explosion.
I don't know if I'm alive.
We're gonna figure it out.
The next game, which I'm actually a little hyped for, is Doki V. The collectible, like, Pokemon-looking type of game.
That looks fun.
It's supposed to be family-friendly. It reminded me of, like, a mixture of Digimon and Pokemon with the whole, like, AR thing with the glasses, but also they're in the real world. So, like, Digimon is in the digital world, but Pokemon are in the real world. So it's like they fucked and had a baby.
I'm excited for, like, the player house. I always love, you know me, I love player house.
Oh, you saw the little room that they were in? They were customizing all the characters and all the different options.
My thing is player housing, if you have it, it feels homey. Like, if I'm in a game and there's no player housing, I'm just like, alright. Like, I don't feel attached to the world.
I want it to be affordable player housing.
Yeah.
I remember I played Final Fantasy 14 for a long time without a home, and then I got one, and it was expensive. Like, extremely expensive, and maybe I'm just stupid. I'm pretty sure I'm just dumb. But I don't know how to make money like that. So, I got gifted, like, $1 million from somebody because I was getting married to Isaac. And they gave us both $1 million. So we had $2 million and we were like, we're gonna buy a house. And then we bought a house for our guild as well. And I was like, it's not worth it. Same for Black Desert where it's a whole auction and you have to put in a random amount of money and just hope you get it.
Like for a normal house, it's like it doesn't even feel like worth it because you can just buy it like almost off rip. You can buy any size house. You just need a certain amount of like
the contribution points. Yeah.
And you always have those. And it's just like it doesn't. You have to get the pearls or whatever, which you have to buy to actually decorate it. And it's like that's really annoying. And then like you said about like the guild houses, that's the only type of housing I care about because I like working on the team. And if I have to always go up for auction on it and I get it, it's like, oh, I only have it for 2 weeks, great. Like I don't.
You don't want that.
I don't. I want something that I can firmly have.
When I was watching the room customization for Doki V, I was getting a little hyped. I
also like how different like the character models look. Like, it looks cute, but it also looks cool. Like,
it looks realistic but cute and I don't know. It looked fun. And it definitely is more family oriented, so like I was hyped for that. I was like, oh, I can't wait to play this game, even though I'm a 22-year-old playing a kid's game. But I wanted to play it anyways. I wanted to collect them. Once I saw the bear with the gloves, I was like, that's my man. He can be throwing hands with everything.
I know you're gonna be able to customize them. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I hope it's. And it's such a big leap for like those. The other two games we mentioned are like kind of just they look like Black Desert.
Yeah.
This is nothing like Black Desert.
Very much so.
It looks very different. I love that they can actually like they're showing their versatility and style.
Yeah, that just shows like if you have like a big company, you can hire a bunch. I almost said buy people. You can hire slaves. People. You can hire people and just like see how different they are. Like I think that's so interesting about the gaming like community.
And how we got here to this topic is the last game that we're both extremely excited for is Planet 8.
Woo, baby!
The Exosuit MMO shooter that's going to be coming out. And it basically looks like Gun Gale. When that man shot the window, jumped out and turned around with the little glider shit, it was like, brrr, I was like, oh. And when I saw him with the little thing slice that guy in half, I was like, oh.
When I saw that girl fly, oof. I was like,
what?
We can do this?
We can fly?
Wait a minute. Oh. See, that's a game where I don't mind if there's not fast travel, as long as they're vehicles.
Yeah.
It's like,
Black Deserts.
It's too big for its own game.
It's too big for being a PvP game.
Honestly.
But I can't wait for that one, especially because I want a shooter.
E3 is gonna be clean. Just the year of 2020 is gonna be a clean year for games.
It should be. It definitely. There's no excuse for it not to be.
There's no excuse.
There's so many games coming out that have been pushed for 2020 that it has to be good. Like Ubisoft pushing 5 games, and like these guys having 4. Yo, it's just too many games.
It's gonna be a good time.
It is gonna be a good time. And from flying disastrously, we're gonna get into Anthem getting a complete remodel.
What?
A completely drastically changed Anthem.
But why?
Anthem 2.0, Anthem Next.
But why?
They want to save it. They want to save the game.
But it's a perfect game. Like, what's wrong about Anthem? They got good flying.
Good flying?
Like, it's a good game.
Dodged everything. Good flying and it's a good game. You can fly and you can fly.
Yeah, they have a hub world.
Fort Tarsus is the most emptiest, saddest place I ever been to.
The lore is...
What lore? The lore that was never explained?
The story. Oh.
What about the story? Do you even know what the story was? I don't. I forgot.
The roadmap, the
roadmap was canceled for seasonal updates.
Yo, they got a brick wall over here. Yo! Y'all doing good out here. Okay.
What do you think they can do to save this game? Possibly save the game.
I think I've always been a fan of the idea of to start to have something good, you have to destroy everything of the beginning. So you can keep the same things, some the flying in the game or whatever, and the javelins and
you think they should keep the concept of the Anthem of Creation?
I think so. I think you could do something with it creatively. I've always been
this what got me excited about the game. Because it's the Anthem of Creation can create anything, so that means we can fight literally anything. As the game literally gets older, we'll be fighting different things.
I think what they would need to do, they don't need to, but I think what I would do if I was in their hands, I would use the Anthem of Creation to my advantage. I would make this whole story update or whatever, and make sure that the Anthem of Creation goes wild and literally destroys Fort Tarsis, destroys almost everything. So then you have to rebuild, and it gives you a reason to come back to the game. Yeah. And then
because it's not the same old story.
Exactly, and it's something completely different. And then maybe you find older javelins. Maybe you have to start creating javelins from scratch. Maybe you have new tech. Maybe the story is actually interesting, and maybe characters that thought were long dead or whatever are coming back or something. So they just really have to work with it, and then because it's BioWare, they used to be known for all of their their good dialogue and their story, but they don't have that. So they need to come back with that.
Yeah, actually, with that, they're also possibly making another Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
It's in very early development, but as a Mass Effect fan from 2, because I didn't play the first one, I played 2 7 times, I played 3 8, and then I played Andromeda once. And being a fan of the Mass Effect series, I wanted to go back to, because in Andromeda it was very open world. It felt more open world than the other 2.
Yeah.
You had your hub worlds that you can go into these cities, and they were their own thing, and then you had your missions, which would give you into another whole level, basically. And I think for Mass Effect that fits better than having an open world. I don't think Mass Effect needs an open world, because in these small areas they've made stories in them. Especially I love in Mass Effect 2 where you go to Jack's where she was held as a child, and you see it's destroyed, but you see old spots of paint of blood where she talks about, oh yeah, this is where they put the kids to fight against each other. Obviously I'm still alive. I killed a lot of kids, and this is my room. I used to hide under this bed because I was too scared that they were gonna beat me and abuse me, and I'm this gives the level character and helps with building story instead of just giving me this massive desert that I have to drive a car for, and I'm doing nothing until I get to one spot that doesn't look very interesting and I'm fighting.
That's the thing is they miss a huge opportunity of being able to go and discover things for the first when you're going. They literally, we do that as consumers, as people who play games. We go into worlds for the first time. To us, this world is completely new, and it has to be interesting. Yeah. They completely failed on that. Yeah. The characters were the first ones, not the first ones, but new to this world. Yeah. And their game, their world that they were exploring was boring. Yeah. So therefore, us going to a new world was boring.
Especially because it was your first time in Mass Effect.
Right, and it was just...
Yeah. So the first EOS, I think it was called, Desert, where New Tachanka was gonna be. I'm calling it New Tachanka, I forgot the name. It's been a while. And it was just desert. 2 separate areas were both just desert. Then you had the jungle, which I thought was dope, but was vastly smaller than the rest of the other maps. Then the moon. That moon was the worst level design. You had domes you had to drive to, and in between you couldn't get out the car, and you had to drive, and you had it's gray. It's all gray. It's just gray and rocks. Who wants gray and rock?
The most interesting point of that game for me, place, was the spaceship. Yeah. Because I was oh, there's I like going to different rooms and seeing what everything was. That was the only interesting part, and still that wasn't even really in depth too much.
Especially because in that one. In also past Mass Effect games, when you go into a room that does a main character, part of your squad, you get that feel. You see that there's always something like that represents him in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember Miranda's was very like nitpicky and very clean and very like organized because she's that type of person. Or like Samara had a very massive window that was open to see space because she's, I forgot what she was called. Well, she's an Asari and she's about going out and basically, she's called a Justicar. She goes out into different planets and solves problems. So like you see that vastness. And you see Kasumi's room, she's a thief and she has a whole bunch of shit that she's stolen around in the room. I'm like, it gives those rooms personality, but I didn't get that fully from Andromeda. And for Mass Effect 4, I think it has to work on building its stages, making the worlds a lot more interesting, and giving our main character a better personality. The man was too nice, BioWare. You picked the renegade option, and he was still like, fuck you, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, hey, I'm gonna hurt you. Who was scared of that? I wasn't. I was upset. And then you give us an option to customize our sister, but she only shows up like twice throughout the whole game?
Yeah, no, that was stupid.
What was the point of that?
That was really stupid. I think it was...
Why?
It's probably one of those things where they were like, gonna do something with it, but like, the
time.
EA was like, you gotta put it out right now. We need that money. And they were like, but we're not finished.
Brash.
More like belongs in the trash. Ah!
That's basically what that was. It was so bad, and I love Mass Effect, but the combat was dope. I can say the combat was a pretty good upgrade, but that wasn't saving the game. And also the squad mates, you have to make them more interesting. I wasn't a fan of like Liam or the Turian chick. I didn't care about her. I didn't care about the Krogan. I don't even remember their names.
Only one I didn't care about was Phoebe, but like I like the other ones, but then again I don't remember them.
Yeah, they're not memorable.
I like them more than Phoebe, I guess.
Yeah,
they're all forgettable.
That's my problem because I played one where every single character was memorable. I remember every single one of them, and I love every single one of them for who they are. This one I don't remember a single one. You got Grunt, you got Miranda, you got Jacob. Jacob, most people don't even like. You got Mordin, you got fucking Garrus, Kasumi, Samara. Like I can keep going. You remember all of them, but who do you remember? I don't remember the Krogan's name. I don't remember the Turian's name. I remember PB. I remember Cora and Liam, and I'm pretty sure there was some more squad mates, but I don't remember them. I'm sorry, but not sorry.
I'm sorry, but not sorry.
Just hopefully you guys make it like how old Mass Effect was. Good story, good main character, and beautiful world, and also make it interesting and give us some good side missions, because there was some good side missions up in
that's what I want.
Mass Effect 2.
That's what I want for the next Dragon Age.
That's what I want for Dragon Age.
I like the whole thing between BioWare and I said this to you before, but between BioWare and Bethesda, like I'm a Fallout fan, but I'm not the biggest Fallout fan.
Yeah.
So you can fuck up Fallout, like I'll care, but it's like I'm not like those diehard ones where it's like I don't care. Same thing with like BioWare. Like I think Mass Effect is good, but like I only played. No, I see the appeal. I only played Andromeda, so I just don't. But like, if you fuck with my fantasy games, I'll hurt you. Like if you like, don't fuck with my Elder Scrolls 6. Don't fuck with the next Dragon Age. Don't
just do it right.
Like just.
Please, we're begging.
I wait so long for fantasy games, so long for them to be good and keep making them good. If they get trashed, then I'll make my own game studio, and I'll be forced to be making good shit and wasting my whole life. I'm not wasting actually, because that would be kind of fun. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
We're gonna have to do that. This is just like a little bit of news, just to throw it in there, and then there's gonna be like. Next one, but Obsidian is making a new co-op survival game. After making the Outer Worlds, these guys are making this game called Grounded, and you play as a bunch of kids who are shrunken down, and you're in your backyard and you're trying to survive. So like any little bugs are massive to you.
So it's basically Honey I Shrunk the Kids, the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
That'd be fun.
So yeah, that's what that is supposed to be. I was like, oh, all right. I mean, it's different, but
it can end up turning into like that in a mix of like Lord of the Flies. That would be interesting. You play a game like that.
You instantly turn it from, that's fun, and then dark.
That would be, I'd actually be down for that.
You took a DC turn just now. You just made it dark. Alright, and so what's your thoughts on Mark Wahlberg playing Sully in the Uncharted movie that's coming out with Tom Holland?
Why? Like, why is he young? Like, unless wait, isn't Tom Holland playing?
He's playing Nathan Drake.
Okay,
yes.
then it makes a little more sense because of the age, but it's still like he doesn't have that like charisma. I still see him as that Boston boy.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him as Sully, like the like the stoic rustic guy who's just like.
That's my nigga
Man, why do
Sully. Yo, Sully.
You be smoking a cigar every day. How you not have cancer, man? You still.
I love Sully.
Still getting the ladies.
He was always also like the voice of reason that made sense. He was always like, you can just quit. You don't have to keep going. He's like, but I want to go and almost die a bunch of times and have the worst luck. And yeah, he has. First of all, Nathan Drake has the nastiest, clearest like sense of infinite strength when it comes to kids.
Yeah.
But he also has the worst luck in all of gaming.
He's also
the man will.
dumb.
He'll literally go, whoop, jump on thing, boom, oh shit, bro, oh shit, there's fire under me. He's like, oh shit, it's a mummy. It's like.
I think Tom Holland's a good fit. I just don't think Mark
Wahlberg is gonna be Sully.
It's not like granted, you know, it's all until we see it. He could be great. It's just like for now, I don't see it.
Did you play Uncharted 3?
I played part of the first one. I couldn't because it just hasn't aged well mechanically, and then I played all of the fourth one.
Okay, so the third one has a segment where it goes back in time to when he's young, and Sully still looks like Sully just with brown hair and a mustache. So I'm just like, young Sully still doesn't look that like young. I mean, Mark Wahlberg isn't young by any like default, but he looks younger.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the short film that they made last year?
No.
They made a short film based on Uncharted or whatever, and it was made by these like actors that loved it. Like, have you seen the movie Avatar with the blue people?
Yeah.
Remember that like sergeant or whatever, that general that
like I remember.
He played Sully in that or whatever.
Oh.
He was cool as fuck. I was like, that's a cool Sully. Like it was dope, and like there was a great actor that played like that played Nathan, but like obviously it's like the older Nathan Drake, but still like you could get that guy. Like we'll leave the link in the description for that like short film. It's like 5-10 minutes long, but like it was really good, and like I liked that Sully a lot.
Yeah.
And it's,
I just don't think Mark Wahlberg can be Sully.
I think they just got him for star power. They do that.
It
so
definitely
often.
is for that.
Like it's like those Hollywood people. It's like they've never played a video game in their life.
I mean, they don't.
It's like just.
I mean, the only people I know who do is Henry Cavill. So literally the only one I know. And I also know Tom Holland. I guess probably plays Final Fantasy 14. I know he was in the commercials for it.
I mean, we don't know.
So like he might have just been in it just to be in it. But Henry Cavill does play them games. Your boy's in Witcher.
He played it all
big
during
as
Superman.
He's big as
There's
shit.
no way he's gonna be as fast as the Geralt from the game.
Dude, I love when I saw like there was a scene where he cuts like slices somebody and then kneels down and he's more than halfway tall, like more than half at this guy's height, and I'm like, this man's big.
But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm your host Michael, and I'm here with William, and we are Pop World, and that was gaming news and oopsies. I love making these videos, so please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you guys in the next one. Alright, that was clean. You go turn that shit off.